We are live, and I want to thank you for being here once again on Ask the Expert series. Now, today's guest, he's on the screen and he's going to just pretend to smile all the way through. I'll introduce you straight up. This is Edward Zia, my very dear friend from Excellence Above. He's probably got a whole bunch of other little titles in there. He loves creating master persuaders and influencers. He does it really, really well. He's marketing mentor, marketing coach. He's helped thousands of people make thousands of dollars, get top positions. But I know Ed in a different space. I went to coaching college with Ed. God, it must be nearly a decade ago we met. And to me, you are the king of networking, particularly here in Sydney, face-to-face stuff. I headed off into the personal coaching space. You seem to go back into the marketing where you were already really great at before you got coaching added on. And I don't know, I've just watched you build this amazing brand and at least a six-figure business. I can't imagine what else you're making in there as well. But networking seems to be the key way that you did it, Ed. And I'd love for you to share with my students who are coming through, brand new to business, brand new to everything, so many of them. I don't love networking, so I'm not a great advocate for it, but I know you do and you are really great at it. So I'm hoping today, as I move my little screen and get my little questions up here for you, you can share with us a couple of things about networking.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. And Lorna, it's an honor to being with you. And I've got to say, if you're one of Lorna's students, you've made the right choice and do everything Lorna says, and you'll be a very successful EFT practitioner.
Thanks, Ed. Great to have you here. It really is.
Yeah. Now, I suppose I suppose reality gives me two different worlds here because, as we know, for the sake of the audience, we're doing this interview on the 9th of April. This is the peak of Corona worldwide. So yes. the reason why I bring that point up is my business has rapidly transformed in the past month or two because a lot of the networking I did face-to-face, I'm now doing the same thing but online.
Nice.
So I was thinking maybe what I'll do is I'll give a pre-Corona world answer, then I'll give a post-Corona world, if I can use Corona as the divider.
Absolutely, yes, because let's face it, it's here and it's real, and it's changed the world on more ways than anybody could ever have imagined.
Yeah, so I think if I give you a pre and post-Corona, that'll be great for everyone. So I'll give you.
Fantastic, please do.
So I'm going to talk like it was 6 months ago. Wuhan doesn't exist. There's no Corona, right? There's no such thing. Corona is just a Mexican drink you buy, right? Corona, right? And so what it was is that, I'll go back a little bit. Networking is not selling. Networking is merely making lots of important friends. And I'll say it again. Networking is making lots of important friends, okay? So you would have heard this saying, which I know I'm preaching to the choir here. Your network is your net worth. You've heard that one, Lorna?
Network is your net worth. Okay, so the more people you connect with of quality, the better off you're going to be able to build a business.
Exactly, and you said it well. You said the more people of quality.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're a very savvy coach. Remember that how they always say in coaching college, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself by.
Yeah.
That's networking 101. So the quality of the people that you're friends with and you network with will be a huge contributor to how successful you're going to be. So
is that because you can draw on the expertise of those people, or is it more the mindset-y stuff of we kind of all got to be in an equal space? I can't be the slack-ass loser if my networking mates are rocking it.
Yeah, it's all correct. So humans, if I go back to more basic evolution, humans are social creatures. We're built to, we're not timber wolves or eagles. We work in groups, right? That's just the way humanity is constructed, okay? Which is why when people are alone for a long amount of time, they start having mental health issues. That's quite normal because humans aren't built to live in isolation. They're built to be part of a community. We're just millions of years of evolution, we're just designed that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way it works is that based on who you surround yourself by, you consciously and subconsciously absorb the traits of the people that you're with.
Okay.
Surrounded by a bunch of losers, you're going to start absorbing loser traits. Surrounded by a bunch of winners, you're going to start absorbing winning traits.
Yeah. And it brings in that sense of belonging too, because I want to belong to these great people. I kind of got to fit.
Yeah, yeah, and this happens all the time, and especially I'll say this to the wonderful EFT practitioners that are watching, and I'm going to tell you some bad news, right? Some bad yet good news, right? Let's say you've signed up with Lorna, which is a great decision, and you're going to become a master EFT practitioner. You're going to change a lot as a person coming up. You're going to change a lot as a person.
Yeah.
And Lorna's know what I'm about to say, don't you?
We teach it in the school all the time that you're in here to grow. I can teach you EFT in a week.
Yeah. But as Lorna coaches and mentors you and you become more powerful, which you probably already are, what's going to happen is of your current friends, something may occur. And what's going to occur with your current group of friends, Lorna? What's going to happen?
They can fade away. They can drag you down. The relationships can often get a bit fractured. I've actually got an actual module in the school about this.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so real. How often do you see marriages fall apart and friendships fall apart and fracturing from family groups because they've taken a step out of the tribe to do something different.
Yeah, and so the bad news. Here's the bad news and the good news, right? The bad news is because of the people that as you grow on your personal journey, some of the people you're connected with are going to move on. They're not going to like you. However, here's the good news. The good people are going to join you on your journey. They're going to come with you. Right.
So networking is a great place to meet those connections because they're also people who are doing good things on a journey, want more, blah, blah.
Yeah. Case in point, I'm going to talk pre-corona before I go into the post-corona sort of post-apocalyptic, nuclear war world, right? Right. So pre-apocalypse.
This too shall pass.
No, actually, corona has actually hit its global peak as of yesterday. So corona is actually in decline globally right now.
Excellent. I'm in a bubble. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So anyway, before the nuclear war and before the zombies and the aliens invaded, right?
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, before all that, right? So what would happen, I'll use an example. I'll use a very good example. And actually, again, when corona finishes and it's safe to do so, I encourage everyone listening to do this. One of the best places to start your networking is your local business chamber of commerce, right? And it's exactly what, Lorna, you just said. The reason why business chambers are such a great thing is winners, highly ambitious and successful people are members of business chambers.
Okay. So even for like me, who's got an online business, it would still be a good place to go, even though I don't have a physical shop front of any sort.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually even more important. I'll explain to you why. Because just so you know, I've got a fully online business now. My business, just pre-corona, my business was 80% online. It's now 100% online. Corona just sped up the inevitable for me, right? Which is fine.
I think it did that for a lot of people.
Yeah, it didn't change my direction. It just it just said, okay, Ed, you're now moving a lot quicker, which is fun.
Yeah. Whereas we went online 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, please continue. Take a local member.
Yeah, so for example, let's use you as an example. What part of town do you live in, Lorna, for the sake of the audience?
So I live in a suburb in the Liverpool local area. So I would have a Liverpool business chamber, and I know it exists.
Exactly. So Lorna's in the southwest of Sydney, beautiful place. You have, for example, the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. I live in a place called Parramatta, which is in Western Sydney, and we have the Parramatta Chamber of Commerce, right? Across New South Wales, right, we have a huge sort of uber ethereal chamber called Business Australia, which is the New South Wales Business Chamber. Now, the reason why I say that is wherever you are, you will have be it big or small, you'll have a business chamber of some form.
So even internationally, other countries have you found will have business chambers of some sort? Okay, great.
Everywhere. So you got the Singapore, you got about 10 different business chambers in Singapore. You've got them in New Zealand. You got them in the United States. So business chambers are all across the world, right? San Francisco, the Vegas Chamber of Commerce. One of my clients is now part of the Vegas Chamber, right? I wonder if it's like casino. Like, is it all like Joe Pesci?
Yeah.
Where you bash people. You know the film. So maybe, I don't know if the Vegas Chamber is like the casino film of Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. And you just sit there and abuse people and just swear really badly. Anyway, the point I'm making is that when you get, and in your case, Lorna, the reason why you should go to the business chamber is you're going to meet incredible people that will become your friends. It'll increase your, and I know you like the statement, they'll help increase your vibrational energy,
Yep.
right? As you said before, it helps get you out of your bubble, right? So you're more connected to the world around you.
Yep.
And also as well, you can meet incredible people that may become clients or, let's say, collaboration partners.
Yep. So if I go along to my local business chamber, I've got up, as much as I'm out there, I'm loving the lockdown. So clearly I'm an introvert in disguise.
Yeah.
So if I go along to a business chamber, what sort of thing, why am I going there? What am I going to do there? Many of us feel very out of place. I remember the very first day I met you, I'd come out of coaching college. Actually, I think I was still in, and I think you were too, and they said, don't say you're a coach. And all the way there I'm driving going, don't say you're a coach, don't say you're a coach, don't say you're a coach. I walked in the door and you said, oh, you're a coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what do we say? What do we do?
Well, I did completely disagree with what the college taught us. I'm a master coach, and I'm proud of it, right?
Okay, great.
And if someone doesn't like that, then that's just too bad. They can go, they can go for a long walk off a short pier. I really don't care, right?
It gave you an insight into where my insecurities were back then.
No, and believe me, I'm way more insecure than you, Lorna. I'm just very good at pretending I'm not insecure. Can you cut this bit out? No, just leave it in there. Just so you know, I am the most insecure person in the world. There's no one more insecure than me. I'm the most insecure person there is, right? Okay.
Right, so what do other insecure people do when they go to a network? Say, I don't know, what are the top 3 do's that we should do when we go to one of these events?
Yep. So when you go to a business chamber or even a local meetup, I'll come back to meetup in a second, right? But I'll just talk business chambers just to keep the conversation tight. Then I'll talk meetups and that. So let's say you go to a networking event. Like chambers will quite often have like a monthly networking mixer, which is literally canapes, drinks, all that sort of thing.
Correct.
Speeches. You quite often have the local politician, all that sort of thing, which is good, right? There's some really good people there. The local mayor, whatever. So what's important is when you go to a business chamber is dress nicely. Now, I'm not saying you have to wear a business suit, but, if you're a man, trim your beard, or if you shave, clean yourself up, look good, right? If you're female, do your female things, look good, right? You don't have to be in business mode, but you want to be well groomed.
Okay, so I don't wear business suits, but as long as I'm smartly dressed.
Yeah.
Not jeans, not joggers.
Jeans are okay. Jeans are okay if it's part of your look and you can pull it off.
Okay.
So, for example, I now wear cargo pants. I now wear big, puffy cargo pants and runners. I used to wear jeans and Doc Martens, and it worked. That was part of my older look. But now
and you've always had a T-shirt, as in a polo shirt, has been part of your thing for a long time too.
Yeah, so polo shirts have always been part of my look.
Yeah.
Whereas I used to wear jeans and Doc Martens, and based on the advice of my mentor, I now wear real puffy cargos and I wear runners.
Okay, sure.
It's worked. But anyway, we'll come back to that, right? We'll come back to that.
So people who are going probably shouldn't necessarily, they should think about what they wear and think of where they're heading to.
Yes.
Because you want to fit in.
Exactly.
You don't want to be a clone, but you don't want to fit in.
Exactly. So you want to look your best, right?
Okay.
Now, when you go to a chamber, you're don't sell. Just go there and make friends. Just be nice to people. Chamber people are really friendly. You just go there and say, hey, look, let's say it's me, Tina. You say, hey, my name, I'm just making this up, by the way. Yeah, my name's Ed. I'm a Middle East. Actually, I'm funny because I actually am a Middle Eastern guy, so this will work in the case of Liverpool, right? Everyone's Middle Eastern there, right? You're like the only white person in Liverpool. They're all Middle Eastern like me, right? But let's say it's like, oh, yeah, hey, my name's Ed. Oh, yeah, I'm a Persian guy. Yeah, I live in Liverpool. Hey, I actually work full-time at Sync as one of the staff there, and I've just started a coaching business on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just here to meet people and make some friends, and that's all you got to do. All you got to do is just don't sell, just tell people the truth. Yeah, hey, my name's Marianne. Yeah, I'm making this up. Hey, I work at the local Gloria Jeans or Starbucks, whatever. And I just want to make some new friends. I'm starting a new EFT tapping business, and I just want to meet some cool people.
I like that. That would have been helpful a decade ago.
Mm.
Yeah, I see. To just be straight up of what I'm there for. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And where the coaching colleges go wrong, and by the way, I'm not having a shot at the coaching college we went at. I actually have a lot of respect for them, right? But a lot of them are like, don't tell people you're a coach. Why not? Like, you're going to a coaching college to learn how to be a coach. but then you tell people you're not a coach.
And I was really proud of what I was doing and who I was helping. And maybe that was my thing. Maybe it was so incongruent with who I wanted to be going those places that I struggled in networking.
Yeah. And I think, and it's not your fault. Like, I think the reason why you struggled is not your fault, Lorna. It's because you were given some very bad advice that charged you full of negative. So it's not your fault. Your reaction was because of the bad advice you were given. It's not your fault.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's totally not your fault, your reaction.
Beautiful. So the top number one is dress well, watch what you're wearing. So what's the number two? The top number two, try again. The number two top do about going networking.
Be really friendly with people and just be cool. You got to be cool, right? And what I mean by be cool is you just got to chill. You got to play it cool and just relax. Just take it easy. You know, right now I'm drinking a nice long black, being of course a Persian guy. Of course I'm going to be drinking a nice black coffee. Right?
Out of a friggin' tumbler. You're going to be bouncing off the walls.
Oh yeah, that's Kirkland. That's Kirkland coffee, triple strength. Oh yeah, goodness. Yeah.
Now I know what your secret is when I see you at 10 o'clock at night bouncing off the walls.
Oh yeah, it's caffeine and shorter lifespan. No, I live to 100. It's fine. But no, what you seriously do though is so number one is dress well. Shave clean. Whatever it is, don't shave clean. You do whatever. Number two is be really friendly and play it cool with people. And number three, just walk up to people and you'll know if people like you or not, because it's like reality. So you go to a networking event, there'll be people that like you and don't like you. It's like going to a party. You'll go to a party and a group of people won't like you and a group of people will invite you into their conversation.
Yep.
Same sort of thing. And ultimately, you want to find the people that accept you. So let's say, I'll give you an example. It's a bit different for me. Like in Sydney and Melbourne, everyone knows who I am. So if I go to the chamber there, my reputation precedes me, right? Before I was in that position, I'd just rock up there and if someone didn't like me, I'd be kind of indifferent.
Nice.
It's like, if someone doesn't want to talk to me, it's kind of like, well, I don't want to talk to you either. You kind of suck. I'm going to move on, right?
Okay, and not take it personal.
Yeah, no, well, like I said, I'm taking it personally, but I'm externalizing it.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? Well, that's because you suck. I'm going to go talk to this person over here, right?
Yeah, versus getting upset, I don't fit in, I shouldn't be here. Yeah. Just let that one go to the keeper.
It actually is personal because that person does not like you as a person. It actually is personal, right?
That so doesn't help someone who's starting out, let me tell you.
Oh, no, but you've got to get, it's called, again, I'm a Persian guy from Parramatta, Western Sydney, so it's called externalizing. Right?
And this is why you're here to shove me off the perch and give my people great advice.
Yeah. So it's called externalization. It's something I'm very good at, right? So let's say I go to a chamber and someone says, hi, Ed, you're not white, and because you're not white, you suck, right? Whatever, right? I'm just making that. Of course, no one says that, right? But let's say someone doesn't like me. And let's say I'm feeling triggered. Let's say deep inside, part of me hurts, right? I'll then go straight to externalization going, well, screw you, buddy, and I'll just move on and talk to someone that likes me.
Yeah.
So you need to, as a business person, as an EFT practitioner, coach, whatever, you need to be able to develop these skills where you need to be cool with people not liking you. You need to accept that.
And then when you're in private, you can go and tap on that.
Yeah. So if you start freaking out and you have to go to your car and go, oh, they all hate me. They all hate me. I know, I sort of tap like this, you know.
You can use whatever fingers you need to, whatever works.
Yeah, but the point is, though, is you need to succeed in networking, and the same thing goes online, which we'll come back to, be it face-to-face or over LinkedIn, the same thing, which we'll come back to later, but you need to get used to the idea of people not liking you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, you do.
That's okay.
Pleasing, everyone needs to love me.
Yeah.
To a space of I'm okay on my own.
And I'll use a very famous, I was actually doing an interview last night with a bunch of friends from Singapore, and I'll use this as an example. If you go back to the 2016 American election, again, I'm not being political, I'm saying from a commentary point of view, you had Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, right? Does everyone like Donald Trump?
No.
He won the election.
Yeah, not everyone likes him though.
Yeah.
But not everyone likes either of them.
Yeah. Most people don't like Hillary Clinton, but she came close and winning. Yeah. It's okay.
Okay.
So you need to get used to, you need to embrace people not liking you, because ultimately you're not about everyone liking you. You're about your tribe or your potential customers liking you.
Well put. Really well put. That tribe stuff. Great. Like it. All right. So can we move on to what are the 3 top, I know there's probably lots of don'ts when you go networking, what not to do?
Yeah. So don't be inauthentic. So don't try and build a front, because people at Chambers are smart. They'll see right through your front very quickly.
Yeah.
So the whole, I don't know if you've heard this saying before, there's this horrible saying going around called fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
We don't support that. We're the antithesis of that. So we fully condemn and disavow, don't fake it till you make it. We don't support that at all.
I think there's a place for fake it till you make it. Networking's not one of them. Other human interactions, not one of them.
Exactly. And again, again, from a networking point of view, we fully condemn that thinking. So don't play the fake it till you make it game. Number 2 is trying to talk. There's no point in talking to people that don't like you.
Okay.
Because if someone doesn't like you, and you can tell, right, you're not going to get anywhere by talking. They'll still never like you. If someone doesn't like you, they'll never buy your stuff. Not going to happen, right? And the third point is, don't go as a one-off. You need to go on a regular basis.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just making this up, but let's say in the case of Lorna's Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, they have, I'm just making this up now, I have no idea, but let's say they have a business breakfast every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks they have a networking, like an evening mixer, right? Lorna, you want to go to all of them, because then over 6 months you'll get to know everyone.
Yeah.
And then you'll meet people who give you referrals, clients, and vice versa.
Yep. Okay. Any other don'ts?
That's about it. The other don't is you will find some networking events where you don't fit in, right? You don't get them, they don't get you. Don't persist if it's not working out. You got to kind of find where you fit in.
Yep. Okay. Great.
So
great advice.
I've always done very well at business chambers because I'm an old veteran. I've done a lot of work in corporate Australia, and I've got a bit of attitude. You need a bit of attitude to sort of make it in the business chambers.
Yep.
Right. You need a little bit of attitude, as you can tell. You got to bring a bit of attitude.
You've always been very personable, so I suppose part of this is for people who aren't necessarily as personable or as out there. And as much as say you're insecure, my first meeting with you wasn't insecure. You owned the room.
I do, right? I do, but that's just me projecting my own insecurity now.
Yeah.
But I'm the most insecure. So whoever's watching, I'll say this to you: there is no one who's more insecure than you than me. I'm 10 times more insecure than anyone watching, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
And if Ed can do this and rock networking and be the king and doing all this stuff, absolutely anyone can.
And just on that, to support what you're saying, and here's the point: I want to bring it back to this, sort of close this section of our conversation. Is just tell the truth. Okay, let's change reality. Mm-hmm. Let's say Lorna's at Liverpool Chamber and I was never a coach. And let's say I'm a Middle Eastern guy living in Liverpool, because everyone in Liverpool's Middle Eastern like me, right? Everyone there, right? And let's say, I don't know.
So are not,
I don't. I'm just being a minority, just conforming to racial stereotypes. Anyway, which are not true. So what I was saying, but let's say, I don't know. Let's say I'm a public servant and I work full time at Service New South Wales, right? It's like the government branch there. And I'm just a public servant. And I don't know, I just do a course on the side in coaching. And let's say I go to Liverpool Chamber after work. The best thing I can say is, hey, look, my name's Ed. I'm a public servant. I work for Service New South Wales. I just started this coaching business. And one of the coaches said I should go visit the chamber. I'm just here to say hello. Nice.
I really like that.
Yeah.
It's much better advice than what I was ever given a decade ago.
Yeah, and so back to you, your reaction was not your fault. It's because you were given poisoned advice. It was not your fault. Not your fault at all.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. So that's the pre-pandemic stuff of when we were allowed to all meet in public and hang out and shake hands and make cups of tea and all the rest of it. So your business has changed dramatically, and no doubt, the world has as well. How has that changed networking and how can we now embrace it?
Yeah, great point. So for me, what it was, for the sake of the audience, we started, and by the way, my wife Lassie and I, who work in the business, we started going fully online about 2 years ago. So thank God we started 2 years ago.
Yes.
Or the whole Teachable, LinkedIn thing, whatever, right? We started that 2 years ago. If we didn't, we'd be dead right now.
Yeah.
Right. So we were lucky so what happened was when Corona, so just for the sake of the audience, depending when you watch this, Corona hit really badly about a month ago worldwide, right? In like America, Australia, UK and all that, and Singapore. And so what happened is that when Corona came out, because pre-Corona, we'd run, Meetup, the Meetup platform.
Correct. You did lots of them really successfully.
Yeah, so we were running 2 to 3 meetups a month, face-to-face at different Novotels across Australia. Now, when Corona came out, eventually the government said, look, you can't do that anymore. So what we've done is we've converted our meetups into Zoom events, and they're going really well. So this is, again, let's say Corona lasts another 2 or 3 months, which I think it will. I think it's another 2 months, right? Until like venues reopen and we can have physical meetups again, probably 2 or 3 months. We've been running weekly Zooms and they've actually been working really well, so you run a weekly Zoom. So we're now using Zoom and also talking LinkedIn. I'll do videos and content all day on LinkedIn, and people will connect with me on LinkedIn. I talk to them one-on-one. So I'm using LinkedIn as the sort of main platform.
Yeah.
I'm using Zoom as obviously the video communications platform, and I'm using our old meetup group as a means of filling the Zooms until the whole Corona thing blows over.
Right. Okay. So right now, people who are maybe not quite so confident walking into a business chamber or a meetup group or whatever, this time would probably be the best time to start embracing that, because you can start to jump on a Zoom call. You can kind of hide in the background a little bit if you're really honest, and kind of just see what it's about a little bit.
Yeah, and one thing that it's funny, like, again, with the whole Corona thing impacting what we're doing, because what we found is that when Corona ends, right, I think we're going to end up keeping the weekly Zooms going.
Yeah, I can well imagine.
Because the weekly Zooms have actually been, I was actually, and this is where I ate my words, when the whole Corona thing came out, I already said, no, Zoom's terrible, the weekly Zooms won't work. And I was like, no. And we did one, and it was awesome. So I sort of ate my words very quickly. And now I'm Hillary Clinton. Now I'm sort of Hillary Clintoning this one. I never said that. I've said Zooms are great. So I'm sort of pretending I never said that, right? Now I'm like, no, Zooms are great. I never criticized it. How dare you lie, right? Quoting Joe Biden, you're a horse-faced pony soldier, or whatever weird stuff he said, right?
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
The funny point, sorry, I say too much politics. So the point is that the weekly Zooms, just talking networking, I think Zooms, like when you run Zoom events, you invite everyone, they're very good networking tools. I'm pleasantly surprised. And in fact, we're actually running one tonight. We've already got about 30 people booked in.
Nice. So say, this is going to go live in the next week or two, and I'm going to pull bits out of it. If our students wanted to connect in to some of your events to get a feel, because I know you'd make them extremely welcome, where do we find where you're hanging out to know where to find you? Where would our guys come?
Best way to do it is to get in contact is just add me on LinkedIn.
Okay, so it's Edward Zia.
Yep, Edward Zia. And when you add me on LinkedIn, it says add personalized note. You have to say Lorna Hollinger is very attractive, smart, and funny.
No, you don't. You just have to say ATI student or something to connect him to this. You don't have to say Edward.
No, you have to say Lorna's awesome, or I won't accept the connection. If you say Lorna's awesome, I'll hit accept. If you don't, I'll report you as spam. You have to say Lorna's awesome. No, just kidding.
Very naughty. So if they do that, they'll get into your space, and then they'll get an invite of some sort that they can come and join a Zoom call and get a little bit acquainted with it.
Yeah, well, we've got several things. So when people connect with me, we can then just, again, once we're connected on LinkedIn, we can talk, and you'll be, hey, Ed, can you send me the Zoom link? Or, hey, Ed, I got a chamber question or whatever. So just in sake of wrapping up for the audience. So when Corona blows over, right, I really encourage you to start attending local meetups. You might start your own meetup. Yeah. Go to local chamber. During the Corona world we're in now, You know, jump on LinkedIn, create content, go to Zooms. You might even run your own Zooms as well.
I know. Look, we use Zoom all the time for our school. Our live classes in the school are on Zoom every month. Twice a month we come on.
Oh, wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we've been embracing this for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and so I think it's really good. So Zooms are good, albeit not part of the conversation, but I'll throw it in as an honourable mention. You might even consider start running, like for those EFT practitioners that really want to fast track, you might start running your own weekly live webinars too, using, let's say, GoToWebinar, and that's when you actually teach a topic every week. That's more advanced, but just throwing it in there as an honourable mention.
Yeah, that will probably be another class that I'd like to run for them, and get experts like yourself who go, I do this, this is how I do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So to recap, because as I talked to you once before, I'm going to kind of pull a little bit out and send it public, and while you're down, my God, more coffee, and hype yourself up even further.
Little cup of heaven right here.
All right, so recap our 3 top do's of networking.
Okay, so do number 1 is groom and look good, right?
Excellent.
Do number 2 is just go in there, be cool and be authentic. And rule number 3 is go to them on a regular basis.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, top don'ts, number 1.
Okay, don't engage in the dangerous practice of fake it till you make it, because people will think you're rightfully a liar, which you are if you do that.
Yep.
Secondly, don't go to environments where you don't fit into. So if you don't fit into a certain place, find a place where you do fit in, right? And thirdly, make sure you don't get stuck in the same place over and over again. Find new environments. You might visit a few meetups. You might visit a few different groups to find out where you fit in.
Ah, nice. I like it. Fantastic. Well, Ed, I've got to say, for years of me going, I'm going to get you on this stuff, I've finally done it. So getting stuck at home is an awesome thing for me, the introvert who thinks she's an extrovert. I just want to thank you so much for doing this, sharing your knowledge and sharing with our group and our community, the stuff that I know that you know really, really well.
It's an honor, Lorna. And I was going to say again, if you are one of Lorna's students, you're in safe hands. Do exactly what she says, and you're going to be very, very successful.
Thanks, Ed. So stay on the call as we end off. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on the next class.